Gurudev's picture. So go ahead. That's all the surprise I'm going to reveal. Yeah, people please sit. We will make sure everybody gets to see the picture. Amazing, that's very divine.
Very good.
And Ramya said that she painted this painting 11 hours at a stretch. She started at 9:30 p.m. and then I think until 10 or so, the next day she continued. She got the energy, the divine energy that just made her continue to go, and it took her about 11 hours to paint that at a stretch. Ramya, I would like to please say a few words.
Hari Om Swami.
Photo kanala.
I would like to thank Chicagoland Vasavi Association for this divine opportunity and experience. Swamiji, thank you for your spiritual guidance. And this gift is a very small token of my appreciation for inspiring and changing our lives spiritually. And may your blessings continue to light the paths for us and everyone else.
Did the mic work?
Yeah.
I think
yes,
yes,
it is. It's good. We can hear.
You're able to
The mic is not working.
Hello, this is up and down. Hello.
Hari Om. Yes. People with small children can sit at the back because now serious talk is going to happen. So we don't want small children to disturb the session. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Hari Om. रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन आदिनारायण अनंत शयना आदिनारायण अनंत शयना सच्चिदानन्द सत्यनारायण सच्चिदानन्द सत्यनारायण भवभयहरणा वन्दितचरणा रघुकुलभूषण राजीवलोचन आत्मा रामानन्दरमणा आनन्दरमणा देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी दुर्गे देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिलोकपालिनी त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिलोकपालिनी सकल भुवन पोषिणी सकल भुवन सकल भुवन पोषिणी सकल भुवन सिंहवाहिनी सुंदर रूपिणी सिंहवाहिनी सिंहवाहिनी सुंदर रूपिणी सिंहवाहिनी सर्वमंगलदायिनी सर्वमंगलदायिनी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी Shankara Chandrasekhara Gangadhara Sumanohara Pahi Mam Parameshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Neelakantha Bhalanetra Bhasma Bhushita Sundara Pahi Mam Karunakara Girijesha Omkareshwara Shankara Chandrasekhara Gangadhara Sumanohara Pahi Mam Parameshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Tandava Priya Jaya Natesha Vishwanatha Maheshwara Pahi Mam Abhayankara Vyagracharmambaradhara Shankara Chandrasekhara Gangadhara Sumanohara Pahi Mam Parameshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Mrityunjaya Vishveshwara Tava Nama Smaranam Mama Jivanam Tava Nama Shravanam Paramanandam Tava Nama Smaranam Mama Jivanam तव रूपग्रहणं भवहरणं तव पादसेवनं मम रक्षकम् ब्रह्मानन्दं स्वामी नामम् नेत्रानन्दं स्वामी रूपम् नित्यानन्दं स्वामी गीतम् हृदयानन्दं स्वामी बोधम् आत्मानन्दं स्वामी ध्यानम् आनन्दं परमानन्दम् स्वामी सेवनमानन्दम् आनन्दं परमानन्दम् स्वामी सेवनमानन्दम् ॐ गुरुनाथ जय गुरुनाथ 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 सद्गुरुनाथ मम गुरुनाथ बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Humble prostrations to one and all present here. Our topic of today's discussion is intelligent living. When can we say that we are living intelligently? Throughout the day, in every transaction, if our mind is peaceful, cheerful, quiet, then we say we are living an intelligent life. What is the sign that we are not living an intelligent life? If the mind is disturbed, if there is stress, worry, tension, anxiety, boredom, loneliness, hatred. If the mind is disturbed, agitated, then that is a sure sign that we are living an unintelligent life. This is the proof. So each one of us can look within and decide whether we are living intelligently or unintelligently. So the purpose of spiritual life is only one, to make the mind peaceful. This is the ultimate purpose. Right. Now, we will see how to live intelligently. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, if there is one loving advice which the Lord gives again and again, if there is some instruction which is given again and again, that is, surrender unto me. Sharanagati is the central message of Bhagavad Gita. In almost every chapter, Bhagavan says this. I am sure now some mobiles will ring. So beforehand I warn you, please put your mobile phones on silent mode or switch off mode. Okay? Right. So what is the message in Bhagavad Gita? The message is Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. Surrender unto me. Ma shuchah, don't grieve. I will put an end to all your disturbances of mind. All your sins I will wash away. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Those people who fix their mind upon me, completely surrender unto me, I look after their yogakshema, the welfare and well-being. So this way there are so many verses. Majjitta sarvadurgani mad prasadat tarishyasi. Fix your mind upon me and I will empower you. You will overcome all obstacles, all difficulties, all challenges in life, problems in life. I will empower you. Whatever you need, I will give you. Whether it is knowledge, whether it is wealth, whether it is resources, manpower, you name it, ideas, inspiration, inner strength, courage. Bhagavan says, you turn to me and it is my responsibility to see that you cross over your obstacles. Name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee shall never perish. So these are all the promises given by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita. Very many of them are there. So then what are we supposed to do then? We have to test God. What should we do? We should test Him. We should do pariksha of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, you have given so many promises. Let me see whether you fulfill your promise or not. So how to test Bhagavan? All of us have problems in life. Yes or no? Yes. Anyone without problem? All of us have problem. We are all struggling with some or the other problem. And we really don't know what to do with this problem. So what to do? take this problem to God. Okay. Bhagwan, this is one problem which is really bothering me. Please find out some solution. This is what we have to do. This is called as testing God. And see whether God responds or not. God can be any God. All gods are one only. For that, you have to do a little tapas also. Some austerity you have to do. Bhagwan, I will chant, say, Lalita Sahasranama every day. Or Vishnu Sahasranama every day. Or I will do this much of mala. Or I will do upvas on such and such day. Some kind of effort should be there from your side also. Okay. Or I will do this much rounds of pradakshina to some big temple. And say, Bhagwan, please see to it that this particular problem is solved. You will find that mysteriously you will start finding solution to your problem. To the extent you are serious about it, to that extent God also becomes serious. How your problem is solved, it is a mystery. Leave it to God. But one thing is for sure, you will find an answer. It is a promise of the Lord that my devotees, if he has asked something, it is my responsibility. No? Pitahamasya jagatah mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkarah ruksamaya jurevacha. Pitahamasya jagato. Of this world, I am the father and mother of this world. So that means what? We are all his children. So when children have some problem, where should they go? Where should they go? Either mother or father. Because the best solution you get only from your parents. Isn't it? The child doesn't know anything. So whenever the child has some problem, the child should go to parents. The Lord says, come to me. Ask whatever you want. It is your birthright to come to me. Because I am your parent. Pitahamasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. Bhagavan, who is your father and mother? Bhagavan says, I myself, I don't have any father and mother. I am the causeless cause. Right. So therefore, this is the most intelligent thing to do. Take the problem to God. Right. And mysteriously you will find solution. So what are the ways in which Bhagavan answers our prayers? That also you must know. So there are 4 ways in which God answers our prayers. What are they? Number 1, yes. Number 2, no. Number 3, wait. And number 4, take. Here is something better. So what are the 4? First one?
Yes.
Yes. Second one?
No.
No. Third one? Wait. Fourth one?
Take.
Take. Here is something better. So what is the first one? Yes. So whatever you ask, he gives you. Okay. You ask for something, he will give you. Second one is? No. You are asking something and he will not give you. Why he will not give you? It is not good for you. Something which is not good for you, he will not give you. Just like the child is asking for a knife, will the mother give? No. Child is having fever and he is asking for ice cream, will mother give? No. So sometimes the answer is no. Okay. The third one is wait. So when the answer is no, sometimes we lose faith in God. Never do that. Because a time will come when you will say, thank God, I was asking that and you did not give me. I was asking a terrible thing. In my foolishness, I never knew it. But thank you God for proving me how dangerous, fatal it was. A time will come and he will prove it to you. That see why I did not give you. So the third one is wait. When the right time comes, I will give you. And the fourth one, what is the fourth one? Take. Here is something, not take. Here is something better. Something better. What? You thought this is the best, but there is something higher which you never knew. What you are asking is only inferior thing. So this is the way the Lord answers our prayers. Okay? So now, every time you should make it a habit. Whenever you have a problem, you should take it to God. Connect to God. Spend time with God. Nothing wrong in asking God. Sometimes people say, no, we should not ask anything from God and all. Right? Maybe there are great saints who have reached that stage where they need not ask anything. But as far as an ordinary human being is concerned, who are not great in devotion, dispassion, etc., for us, nothing wrong in asking God. But while asking, you should say this, God, this is what I think is good for me, but if you think it is not good for me, don't give. Okay? So this is the way. So then what will happen? Every time you are taking a problem to God and every time you are saying a favorable response, then slowly what happens is when you again and again see this response from Him, when again and again you see that there is somebody who is with me, who is listening to me, who is empowering me, strengthening me, consoling me, inspiring me, ever with me, loving me, taking care of me, paying attention to me. Slowly what happens is your love for God starts increasing, your relationship with God starts improving, trust in God becomes intense, and a time comes when you know that you are not alone, God is with you. A time comes. Because every time you see this working, and once that relationship becomes strong, what happens is, even when challenges come, you are not shaken by the challenge because you know that as far as I am concerned, I am a useless fellow. But there is somebody with me who is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Omniscient means what? All-knowing. Omniscient. Omnipotent means all-powerful, Sarvashaktiman. Omniscient means Sarvajna. And omnipresent. Omnipresent means what? All-pervading, Sarvavyapi. So such a Lord is there with me. So therefore, why should I fear? So even amidst challenges, tragedies, problems, calamities, your mind is always at peace. You see? This is what happens when you are regular in your spiritual sadhana. Every day there should be some time where I spend time with God. Because every relationship grows only when you spend quality time. Remember the term quality. Not just spending time, but quality time. You may be with someone, but you are all the time in mobile. That is not quality. Okay. Quality time means where you are consciously involved with that God. So our Rishi Munis have given this way of puja, Shodashopachara puja. So you sit and do worship of the Lord. You know what is the whole concept of puja? So you imagine that God is visiting your house as a chief guest. So you imagine. So you say, Bhagavan, avahayami. You make Bhagavan sit. Padyam samarpayami, argyam samarpayami. You wash his feet. Drink water. Give water to drink. Then snanam samarpayami, snaniyam. You give bath. Vastram samarpayami. You give dress. Then tilakam, gandham, akshata, all those things. Then you give good food also, naivedyam. Then you sing his praise, ajopachara. Then you do arati. So Bhagavan has visited your house and you are doing all this seva of Bhagavan, and then you are saying, Bhagavan, now tata, come tomorrow again. Okay. So what happens is every day when you do, and if you are truly not mechanically doing puja, Mechanical puja has no much value. Conscious, you feel that he is with you. He is listening to you. He is receiving all your puja. Slowly what happens is, you start feeling his presence. And then a time comes when you are not doing puja, you become miserable. As though you have missed something. But those who are allergic to puja, no problem. You do something. But in some way, you must have some quality time with God. Because it's a relationship. And relationship can develop only when you spend time. Whether it is with your child, whether it is with your husband. The relationship will be built only when you spend time. So every day some time should be there. And slowly you will find that this relationship becomes a primary relationship in your life. Just imagine, it is because of God that all the other relationships exist. It is that Lord who is the very life in me. He is the one who has given me the abilities and talents. He is the one who is protecting me, digesting food for me, keeping me alive through so many factors. So therefore the primary relationship should be with God. All the other relationships are secondary. Because it is temporary, impermanent. The primary relationship is with God. Because in every life he is there. So this relationship has to be developed. Once you have this relationship, then you will find that the mind is always peaceful. You know the story of Swami Vivekananda when he came to Chicago? So it's a very interesting story. So Swamiji, he boarded the ship in India. Somehow the ticket was booked, but he did not have money. He did not have any contact address. He did not know where he was going. He was just in the ship, got one seat. In those times, mobiles were also not there. But Swamiji was seated there peacefully. Someone boarded the ship, saw Swamiji and said, Swamiji, where are you going? Swamiji said, I am going to Chicago. Oh, Chicago, I also stay in Chicago. May I know what actually you are going to do? Yeah, there is a parliament of religion. So I am representing Hindu religion. Swamiji, you said you are going to Chicago. May I know where you will be staying in Chicago? Swamiji said, maybe I will stay in your house. You see? The point is, Swamiji was completely peaceful. Just imagine going to a foreign country, completely different culture, no money, no address. Even we can't come out of the car. It is so cold outside, In such a land he is going without anything. But at the same time, his mind was absolutely peaceful. No worry, no tension, no anxiety, no stress. How is it possible? Vivekananda knew. I am in the lap of my mother. Bas. It is her responsibility to look after me. You see? This is the strength of faith in God. Who is the happiest being in this world? Small children. Why? This is the greatest wonder also, you see. The greatest wonder is this child has no strength. This child has no money. This child has no knowledge. Nothing is there. And this fellow who has nothing is the happiest being. It's a wonder. But this child knows one thing. I am a nothing, but I am with somebody who has everything. Yes or no? The fellow who is sitting in the lab. Now mother herself is stressed. But the child is happy. So, this child should be our guru. in knowing how to be peaceful in life. There is somebody with us. We just don't know it, that's all. We have to somehow connect to him. And once that connection is made, there is absolute peace. And for that connection, we have to spend some quality time every day. It can be either puja, it can be japa, it can be just sitting in silence. Whatever the way may be, it's all left up to you. Some chanting. Right? Suppose what happens when we don't turn to God and live a life without any kind of spiritual contact, then what will happen? Then it's a problem. You know what happens is, if I succeed, that also becomes a problem. If I fail, that also becomes a problem. If I succeed, what grows? Ego. Because of me, I succeeded. Ego is our greatest enemy in this world. All miseries of the mind, it's only because of ego. All the stress, worry, tension, anxiety, bitterness, it's only because of ego. So if I succeed, the ego grows. If I fail, I enter into depression. Whereas a devotee of the Lord, when he succeeds, he gives all the credit to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, it's by your grace that everything has happened. So he is free from, he escapes the danger of ego. And if he fails, he has the strength which Bhagavan gives to go through that failure. So in both ways, he is at peace. Right? So this is the most intelligent way of living life. Okay. Yes. Now it's 6 o'clock. Do you have any questions? I can go on and on like this. But if you have any question, I think we should spend more time. Up to 7 o'clock, right? Let us see. You can just raise your hand. Because I don't know how this crowd is. Sometimes in most of the places I get a lot of questions. Especially in America I get a lot of questions. So I thought, in India generally they don't ask anything. In America everybody has a question.
Anybody has questions? Come here, say in the mic. Can you come here, please?
It's audible.
It is audible, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So, the question is like, when you say intelligent living, so if we are all busy basically, right? So if I have 30 minutes of time daily, so what is the best thing to do? I mean, a puja, 30 minutes of puja, 30 minutes of chanting, or 30 minutes of meditation, which is most powerful and which is the best?
The question is, which sadhana should I do? Because there are so many sadhanas, especially in Hinduism. There are varieties of sadhana. Some are into puja, some are into chanting, some are into japa, some are into vipassana, silent sitting. What to do? See, you will have to find out your way. You will have to do a trial and error. Because every path is not meant for everyone. Whatever gives you peace of mind, that is your path. So do everything and try out which sadhana is suitable for you. What is being distributed? Okay. You will have to find your own path, and the way is trial and error. Some people prefer to do japa, and japa is something which you can do every time. You don't have to sit in your puja room and do. Japa is something when you are stuck in traffic jam also you can do. So it is always good to have some few sets of sadhanas which you can do depending upon the availability of time. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Which is the best one?
There is nothing called best. Tell me, which is the best? Swimming underwater or climbing the tree? Tell me which is the best. It depends. If it is a fish, I will have to say, get into water. Don't try to climb the tree. If it is a monkey, then I will say, don't get into water. Yes or no? So depending upon the nature of the being, Swadharma is also different. An earthworm, I will say, get into under the earth. A deer, for it, running on the ground is better. For a monkey, climbing the tree is better. For a bird, flying is better. So depending upon each and every person, you will have to find out what is good for you. And what you will find is, when a particular sadhana is done, there is a great peace. And that peace is given by Bhagavan himself. He is the one who is guiding you from within. Suppose he wants you to take a path, what he does is, when you are walking a particular path, there is a great peace. When you are taking other path, there is no peace. So whenever you find a more intense fulfillment, peace, quietude, when you are walking a particular path, understand that is your path. That is your Swadharma. Over a period of time, actually, intuitively you will come to know what is your path. Right. Yes, sir.
Swamiji.
Ah.
One of the biggest struggle that I have is when I try to do contemplation, I am unable to focus. And I have tried multiple ways, it's just that I cannot sit still. Any advice, Swami?
Yes. The question is, at the seat of meditation, why is it that the mind is wandering? Why is it that I am not able to focus the mind upon God? And this is very true. This obstacle in meditation is called vikshepa. In meditation, generally the beginners, they encounter two types of obstacles. The beginners, the first obstacle they encounter is called laya. What is laya? Sleep. Before wandering comes sleep. The moment you close your eyes, sit down, you go to sleep. Okay, that is the first obstacle. The second obstacle is this, vikshepa, mind wanders. Now tell me, where does the mind go? You will always find wherever there is intense raga dvesha, there the mind goes. You understand what is raga dvesha? Likes and dislikes. If you are attached to something, the mind will go there. If you are attached to someone, mind will go there. Always you will find this. So therefore, if you have to really fix your mind upon God, that there is only one way, you should develop sufficient love for God. The mind is like an iron piece. Suppose magnet 1 with 10 unit of power is kept here. Iron piece is kept. It will be attracted here, right? 10 units of power. Suppose another magnet is kept, 100 units of power. Where will the iron piece go? This side. Mind is also like that. Wherever it finds happiness, there it goes. Wherever it is attached to, there it will go. So over a period of time, when you start developing love and devotion for God, when your mind really loves God, how does the mind love God? In every problem, He has come to help you. He has guided you. He has inspired you. He has consoled you. And slowly you find that for all my problems, there is one solution. Then what happens is, intense love for God is developed. And once that intense love for God comes, meditation becomes a cakewalk. Because the mind has nowhere else to go. There is only one solution. And that is the solution. Mind easily goes there. You understand? This is how we overcome vikshepa, the wandering of mind. Clear? Right. Yes, sir.
How do you attain moksha?
What is moksha?
Without having any life afterwards.
You don't want another life, correct?
We don't want another life.
But actually speaking, you are desiring so many things. See, the condition for no more rebirth is, you should not have desires. This is the condition. If you can say, I have no desires at all, then you need not come. Because we come here only to fulfill our desires. Correct? When do we go to a mall? We go there because we want to see so many things, purchase so many things, eat so many things. Correct? But suppose there is no desire, then you need not go. Though you are now saying that I don't have any desires, but when you sit at the seat of meditation, the mind is going so many places. That itself is a proof. At the seat of meditation, can you say, oh mind, you will not think anything? Because if you desire, then again I have to come back.
So many people will be there like that also.
Like that, like
Without
which...
desire also.
See, now you are saying there is no desire. But deep down in the subconscious mind, there is a desire. Isn't it? As long as there is a worldly desire, we will have to come back. This is the test. So therefore, sit at the seat of meditation without thinking anything. If you can pass the test, you are mukta right now itself. But this is not possible unless you develop intense love for God. See, practically I will tell you, unless you intensely love God, you cannot be free from worldly desires. This desire for God can eat away all the other desires. But without God desire, you can't drop the world desire. It is not practical. So develop devotion for God. That's the point. If you want to have moksha. Answer? Okay. Meditate and see whether you have desires or not.
Are there any persons who are having such kind of things?
Uh-huh.
Are there any human beings having such kind of things?
So what kind of thing?
Without desires.
Without desire.
Of course. It's a path given by Bhagavan in Bhagavad Gita. There are so many people. Bahavo jnana tapasa puta mad bhavamagata. There are very many people, Arjuna. This path which I am showing you, you are not the guinea pig. There are so many people who have walked and reached there. But externally you will not know. Looking at his physical characters, you will never know. Because it's a very subjective thing. There are very many people who have reached there. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhuti. All the three matches. Shruti means what the scriptures say. Yukti means what the logic say. Anubhuti means experience. All the three tell the same thing, that it is possible. Okay? Right. Yes, Amma.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So, what uncle said, if we don't have desire, what you said, if the desires are done, so we get moksha. So, if in the same janma, you all the desires are fulfilled by God, so do we still get moksha?
See, what happens is, when one desire is fulfilled, you have another 10 desires waiting.
We have to check with God, okay, I have only these 10 desires, so I'm not going to ask anything else. So, is it done?
What is the test I told? The test that you don't have any desire. What is the test?
Meditation.
At the seat of mind, at the seat of meditation, mind is not wandering anywhere. Like a baby who has been well fed. Can the mind remain like that? Totally fulfilled, totally contented, not desiring anything. If the mind can stay like that, that's why the definition of yoga is Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. What is yoga? Equanimity of mind is yoga. At the seat of mind, you are alert, vigilant, and absolutely peaceful. This is a test that, you are, either you have attained moksha or you are attaining moksha.
Thank you.
Okay, after this, you tell.
Okay. As in, for my generation, because I'm Gen Z, I've noticed a lot of people my age losing, especially Hindus and Indians, losing touch with spirituality. Can you tell me why that's the case? Because with all the worldly events that happened, I noticed that's a very big trend amongst us.
Why is it that a new generation is losing faith in God? Correct?
Yes.
And spirituality. I really don't know whether this is true or not. Because if you see, it is in the modern generation that very many spiritual organizations are springing up.
Yeah.
So that itself shows that there is a great demand. 100 years back, you did not have any of these organizations. If I ask you how many, just Hindu organizations, I don't know about Christians and Muslims, Hindu organization, if you see, the way it has multiplied. Ramakrishna Mission is there, Art of Living is there, Ramanashramam is there, Amritanandamai is there. Who else? ISKCON is there. Sadguru is there. Just imagine. And you are seeing that people are not having faith. I doubt. But if at all we see things, it is only because there is nobody to guide them. See, many times what happens, you cannot love somebody without knowing who that person is. So in the same way, today I am not able to love God because I have so many wrong notions about God. So therefore what should be done? These wrong notions should be removed. How to remove wrong notions about God? Study the scriptures. Study Bhagavad Gita. That is one of the mission of Chinmaya mission. You study the scriptures, you study the Vedas, the Upanishads, what you call Bhagavad Gita. And when you study, you come to know, this God is not somewhere in heaven. He is right here as my own self, as a very consciousness in me, ever with me. He is that infinite power which is always with me. Once you know that, you cannot but love God. But somebody has to tell you. Yes or no? So this is lacking. So if at all there is lack of faith and all that, it is only because there is nobody to guide them. Right? Yes, Amma, you were asking something.
So I keep on wondering about the dreams actually. So as a dreams, do they have any kind of meaning in it? Because so many times we won't even be thinking about somebody whom we don't even know, and then suddenly they appear in the dreams. And some place where I wouldn't have even visited, and some kind of those, and then sometimes there's a marriage going on, but we cannot see the girl and the boy. Sometimes there's a temple thing going on, but we cannot see the avatar, the God's altar. So what are the...
Yes. What is dream? Why do we see dream? See, there is a science behind dream also. And there is a definition in our scriptures of what dream is. Jagrat avasthayam yat shrutam yat drishtam tat janita vasanaya nidra samaye yaf prapancha pratiyate sa swapnavastha. This is the definition. Okay. So, according to this definition, what is said is, in the waking state, so you are constantly exposed to things, beings and situations. All these things, beings and situations are leaving an impression in the mind. Some situation leave a very shallow impression, so you forget it. But certain things, it leaves a deep impression in your mind. So all these impressions, suppressions, repressions, whatever we have, it is something like a spring which is, pressed. It has to be released. So the dream state is that where a release happens. Something in the waking state you could not do, but you had a desire to do. So in the dream, a world is created and then you fulfill that desire. You understand? So this is the philosophy behind dream. So therefore you will always find, you will never see a thing in the dream which you have not seen in the waking. Yes, it will be jumbled up, but every aspect you must have experienced in the waking. For example, you must have seen a small girl with a frock. You must have seen an elephant. In the dream, you may see an elephant with a frock. You understand? It jumbled up. But all these things you must have experienced in the waking. It is impossible that you experience something in the dream which you have not experienced in the waking. It's not possible. I'm not talking of vision. Vision is different. I'm talking of ordinary dream. So therefore, it simply means that if you want to have a wonderful dream, what you have to do? Do wonderful things. These are all good things, noble things. So all the time you are going to temple and satsang and this and that. You may have, dreams like meeting saints, etc. But if you are stealing and criminal acts, then in the dream you will find police chasing you. So it all depends on what you do in the waking. Live a noble life. Generally you will not have dream. Even if you have some dream, it will be wonderful dream, nice dreams. So there is a connection between waking state and dream state. Did I answer your question, Amma?
I think so.
What is your question?
The thing is, I
What did you see in your dream? Trees, house, land, temple, people. So all those things you have been exposed in the waking, isn't it? You will always find that if you are a temple goer, you will not see a church. Why is it that you are seeing a temple? Because you are a Hindu, you have been visiting temple. You see, there is a connection. Something which has left deep impression in the waking, that's what you will find in the dream. You yourself may not know, but there is a science behind this. Right. Yes, sir.
Swami, namaste.
Ah.
Before coming here, I did not know what to expect for the intelligent life, but the way you define intelligent life, I realized that I am having very unintelligent life. Now that I want to become
This is true with everyone, okay? Yes.
now that I want to become have intelligent life,
Ah.
is it mandatory that I have to have trust in God, faith in God to become lead intelligent life? Is there a way without trusting or faith in God, can I still have intelligent life?
Without God, can I be peaceful? This is the question. Am I right?
Yeah.
See, you may not use the term God, but you will have to use some term. It may be higher power. It may be consciousness. It may be state of being. No, these are all different terms. But unless you are holding on to something higher, you can't lift yourself towards the higher. Have you seen, climbing the rope? Can you reach on top without holding on to the higher? Not possible. See, you use a ladder. In ladder, what do? You climb on to the higher to reach higher. So unless you hold on to the higher, you cannot. So if you have fallen to well, we will have to hold on to something higher to come out of the well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So therefore, that higher power, whatever the name you may call, you may not call it God, but there has to be something higher which you have to hold on to. Otherwise, it's not possible to come out. So in Christianity, they may call it Jesus. In Islam, they may call it Allah. In Buddhism, they may call it, what is that? Buddha. Terms are different. The modern spiritual people, they call it a state of being, a state of here and now. They are all nothing but that higher state. Without holding on to the higher, we cannot lift ourselves from the lower.
Thank you.
Yes, Hari Om. Yes, sir.
So, not to follow up questions from the audience, I'm going to ask everybody. So, are there any practical tips to build this relationship stronger with a God or higher being? That's one question. Second question is, I think I can say that maybe we failed our kids to bring into the spiritual because we ourselves don't know. We just mechanically do things. So the kids are the smaller kids, let's say high school, not high school, middle school and less, and the high school and college. So any tips for them, because we don't want to give up on them, right? Obviously, even though it's late, we did not do. Again, any practical helps. Because right now we are in the easy situation, so any easy tips that can help us to bring them back.
2 minutes more.
So what is the first question? How to develop relationship?
Ourselves, for us, how to make the relationship
How to develop relationship?
strong.
Yes. So as I told, you will have to find out how to spend. See, the whole point is you have to spend quality time with God. How you are doing it, it's up to you. If it is puja, wonderful. That's what our ancestors have given, puja, etc. But in the modern generation, I don't know. So you will have to find out your ways. Sometimes even just talking to God can help a lot. Assume that He is present and you are talking your problems. So japa, puja, all these kinds of upavas and taking your problem to God and seeing whether it is getting solved, that is an amazing way. Every time you just see in Tirupati, etc., why there is so much of rush. People have taken their problems and they have found solution. That is why they are going. Very many of them are going to thank the Lord. Sometimes they take this, Bhagwan, if this desire is fulfilled, then I will go. I will visit, I will shave my head, whatever. You see? So, you should directly experience something first. Yes, whenever I have turned to God, I have received a favorable response. When this becomes your direct experience, then that faith becomes extremely strong. So many stories I have heard about this. There was this army man, he was telling me. He was posted in Ladakh, all icy region. So beyond a limit, this helicopter cannot go. So they have to heli drop at some point, and then from there, that person has to walk to that army camp. So this person said, helicopter, he was an only man. So he was dropped there because he was transferred there. And the helicopter went away. Now he's all alone there, and suddenly he lost his way. And it's everywhere snow. He completely lost his way. And he was so terrified. He just shouted, "Krishna, save me." He started shouting. A few times he shouted, and suddenly he felt that, he should walk in a particular direction. Somewhere from within, a voice. So he just started walking. And believe it or not, he reaches that army camp safely. Now, when such experiences you have in your life, is a life-death situation, and you completely surrender to God and say, "Bhagavan, I am helpless, you have to guide me." And when such things happen, you know how much that faith in God becomes strong. That's why he said, take your problems to God and test it first. Because the mind will always doubt. I don't know whether God is there or not. Maybe it's just superstition, some andhavishwas. But when such things happen again and again in your life, then the mind starts, believing, no, there is some power, which at present I am not able to know. Surrender becomes easy. This is the way to develop relationship with God. And over a period of time, it becomes a constant experience. You start feeling it very clearly. Moment to moment, you start experiencing it. And one more thing I will tell you, the more and more you live a virtuous life, that experience becomes deeper and deeper. Because the one thing which God loves is dharma. Dharma means righteousness. Don't compromise with the higher values of life. If something you know that this is the right thing, just do it. There may be something which you like, but it is not right. Don't do it. So every moment God is guiding us. My dear child, don't do this. It is not good for you. This is the right thing. It is good for you. Do it. So whatever that voice says, just listen. You may not like something, but it is the right thing. Just do it. There is a struggle within. In that struggle, the mind becomes pure. And in that pure mind, you start feeling His presence. So living a righteous life is absolutely important if you want to develop your relationship with God. And once you start seeing this relationship, and once you start experiencing His presence, you become peaceful. You become confident, dynamic, cheerful. Your personality starts reflecting that divinity. When your child sees it, he sees that, yes, my father is very different from others. Automatically you become a role model for your child. And this is the way you have to inspire your child in the path of spirituality. You have to live whatever you preach. And your life should reflect it. The child should see this. What a difference. Look at my father. Even amidst all these challenges, he is so firm, so peaceful, undisturbed. You see, those people who are peaceful, they have tremendous attraction. Others just get attracted to a person who is peaceful. Because peace and strength, they go together. Weakness and disturbance, they go together. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, the first verse of Bhagavan itself is Gatasu nagatasuscha na anusochanti panditaha. The definition of wise person is this: na anusochanti. They don't grieve. A wise person is always peaceful. He is never disturbed. Arjuna, you are crying and weeping. You are literally collapsing on the chariot. On one side you are talking the words of wisdom. On the other side you are crying and weeping. Wise people never grieve. They are ever peaceful. So therefore, when your child sees this, yes, my father, my mother, how beautifully they are leading their life, how gracefully they are carrying themselves, how peaceful they are, strong they are, automatically the father or mother becomes a role model. This is the way of inspiring them into the path of spirituality. I must see the difference, the non-spiritual people and the spiritual people. When I see such virtues in a spiritual person, I become automatically inspired to take up that path. Did I answer? Right.
But he was asking for an easy solution.
Now he has understood there is no shortcuts. Yes, sir. Okay, ask.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Ah.
So I just have a question, like if a person is extremely spiritual and devotional, every day doing puja, always do good deeds, but if any sudden accidents happen in their life, unexpected, so what does it mean? They are always doing, no matter what, they only follow good things, every day doing puja, but still a critical accident happen in their life.
Okay, so there is this person who is highly spiritual, very God-loving person, but an accident happens. Physical?
Yeah.
Okay, something happens in an accident. What does it mean? Something. You see, many times, we have this wrong notion that a person who is praying, nothing bad will happen. This is a wrong notion. You see, you should always understand one thing. In this life, the greatest blessing comes from suffering. When a person suffers, a person becomes more serious about life, more introspective, more God-loving. He becomes more humble. There are a lot of blessings which suffering can give you. Some 2 days back, I was just reading one novel which had, attained that Sahitya Akademi Award and all that. So this man, with his, Dubai dreams, he went to Saudi Arabia, borrowing money from so many people. Finally, that person who is supposed to receive him in the airport, he was not seen. And this man knows only Malayalam. He doesn't know any other language. Finally, he is kidnapped by an Arabi into some deep, somewhere in desert. And there he had to look after the goats. There is no house. Only something he has to eat. That's all. And every day you have to eat that and goat milk. That's all you get. And this person, he used to beat him like anything for every mistake. Water, there is no taking bath. Only for drinking. And in that heat and cold, he's been given one coat. So literally like a slave he had to work. So that is a place he understands the value of water. He understands the value of food. He understands the value of everything in life. So many times, the point I am trying to say is this. Many times sufferings open our life. Open our eyes. A person who is well fed never understands the value of food. You will understand the value of food only in poverty when you have nothing to eat. Isn't it? So therefore, sometimes suffering is necessary. And it is a measured dose of suffering coming from the Lord for our own purification, for our own welfare. This is the way you have to take suffering. Good. So just accept it as Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. In the puja, the temple when they go, you are given some tirtha, isn't it? Do you see this water? Is this water filtered water? You just drink it. It is coming from Bhagavan, over. It may be some rotten banana. You will just eat. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that is called as Prasada Buddhi. So in the same way, in life, whatever happens, choiceless situations, learn to cheerfully endure. Saying that, whatever God is doing, it is for my good. And it's a fact also. Then what will happen is, even in such state, your mind remains always peaceful. Right? Hari Om. Yes. Yes, Amma.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Can you please speak about destiny and actions? If everything is destined in life, how are my actions changing my destiny? If they are changing my destiny, or is it something getting carried to my next life? Or always struggle in my mind about destiny and actions.
See, every one of us, have you studied physics, Amma?
Yeah.
Okay. Little bit. What is your subject? MSc Physics. Oh, then it becomes very easy now. See? You see, there is something called resultant force, right? Resultant. We studied in PUC and all that. So there is this object and two forces are acting on it. So where will this object go? So there is force 1 in this direction, force 2 in the other direction. Then the object moves somewhere in between, isn't it? That's called as resultant force. In the same way, all of us, we are exposed to two forces. The one is the effect of the past momentum, whatever we have done in the past. And number two, the effort in the present. So effort in the present plus combined with the effect of the past. These two forces determine our future. What will happen to our future? Correct? Suppose there is no effort in the present, then the past will determine what is going to happen. But suppose there is an intelligent effort in the present, then the result will be combined. But suppose present effort, suppose you connect God, Bhagavan save me. Present effort becomes literally infinite because now God is with you. Then the future cannot be predicted. You understood what I am trying to say? Because when you do Sharanagati, Bhagavan, you have to save me. Then to Bhagavan's definition is kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum shaktaha. He can do a thing, he can do something different, he need not do a thing. Total freedom is there. So that is why Sharanagati becomes the greatest self-effort. Surrendering unto God. Because he can take you out from any situation. So your future is determined by these two forces. Understood?
But what about my present? So what am I dealing with? Is it based on my past karma?
Yes, your present is defined by the past. Your past has taken you to the present. Your present intelligent action will transform your future. So everything is in our hands only. Don't say God is sitting there and writing your destiny. No.
So is this future this janma or is this future next janma? Whatever the change.
Everything is future. This janma plus next janma. Everything is future.
So it means I can, based on my actions.
Yes.
So based on my actions, I can change what is destined for me.
Yes,
in
yes.
This janma.
Of course, in this janma also you can change. You see that Markandeya story? He was supposed to die at the age of 16. You know the story of Markandeya? No? So this child, so the parents, they prayed to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva said they did not have a child, so they asked for a child. So Lord Shiva came and said, what child you want? 16 years, a brilliant child who will die, but a 100-year useless fellow. Then the parents said 16 years is far better. So when this child is born, they were all very happy, the child was very good. But then the next day was that particular day. Parents were stressed, so they were discussing. This child came to know that this is going to happen. Then he goes and, makes Shivalinga and then prays to God. Then that Yamaraj comes. And he puts that, what is that? Noose. That Pasha goes into the Shivalinga also. And then he starts pulling. It's at that time that Bhagavan comes and kicks the Yamaraj. That story is there. So that story is the greatest, proof that self-effort can change your destiny. Otherwise, there is no joy in life, everything is destined. The whole puppet show. No. We can change our destiny. That is why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Uddhared atmanatmanam na atmanam avasade atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmana. You yourself, you are your best friend. You yourself, you are your worst enemy. Right,
Swamiji, I grew up actually asking God always give me good education. Okay. So it was actually taught by parents and everybody around me who cared for me said, always ask God for good education. So now I started growing up. As you said, as a baby, there is nothing, the baby is still happy. And I started actually asking. Now there are a lot more things that I feel are important and I should ask God. What are the things I should ask God and I should tell my kid, ask for this?
Correct. My mic is gone. Hari Om. See, it will come. Hari Om. This is better. Hari Om. Yes. Hari Om. I'm not happy. Hari Om. I had asked Amma Audio is good. Yeah, they have their system. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. It's breaking. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. You can hear because you are near. Hari Om, Hari Om.
It's a little distorted, but
Hari Om. This is good?
yeah.
Hari Om.
You have to speak that out, this line. Otherwise, just exchange it. This and this, exchange.
Hari Om. Yes. Yes, sir. So, you think that right education alone is not enough?
Yeah, like now growing up, I want my kid's education to be better. My kid has to get married. My kid or like my spouse has to get married. My life has to be better than others.
Correct.
Because we are always compared.
You see, so what is the question? What should I ask? You see, you will always ask depending upon your evolution. A person who has a very low evolution, he thinks that money is the solution for all problems. So he will ask for money. Generally, people who are little immature, they will ask only for money. But as you evolve, especially after studying the scriptures, then the final thing you ask is only one, Atma Vidya. Not this physics, chemistry, maths education. That's only a breadwinning education. The real education is knowledge about the self. Who am I? That's what the wise people ask. In the language of devotion, they will only ask for devotion for God. So depending upon your maturity, you are asking. At different levels, you will be asking different things, depending upon where you are. Because there are different grades of evolution. But the highest is knowledge of the self. Because everything is already in you. Let me tell you a story. So there was this wave, which was very miserable. Wave in the ocean. Why is it miserable? Because it saw some other wave which was huge. Some other wave which was beautiful. Some other wave which was bright and brilliant with froth and foam, etc. So this wave thought, I am a useless fellow. See, all these waves are so beautiful, so powerful, so strong. I am a good for nothing fellow. And moreover, all these waves are approaching shore. Once they reach the shore, all will die, including me. So this wave thought, once I reach the shore, I am going to die. It was very miserable. Then suddenly another wave came. Hey, why are you miserable? See, life is full of misery. Then said, who are you? Have you ever thought who are you? Have you ever looked within who are you? So then this guru wave told this miserable wave, look within, know who you are. And when that wave looked within, it came to know that it is not a wave, it is water. The moment its attention went on water, what did it see everywhere? Water. Hari Om. Huh? And it found that it is not little wave, it is infinite water. And all these waves are also water only. Hari Om, Hari. Hari Om, 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 you have to adjust that settings. That high frequency make it more. Can you see high there? High, you make it more. Hari Om. Hari Om. Low, make it less. Hari Om. Hari Om. No. Are you sure you are doing the same now? Both of them you make it.
We can hear.
You can hear?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this wave was miserable because its attention was upon the wave. And this Guru wave, what did it do? He just said, you look into yourself, know yourself who you are. You are not the wave, you are water. The moment its attention went on itself that it's water, I am not the wave. The fear of shore went away. Because in the shore only wave goes, water doesn't go. Suddenly it found that it is one with everything. They are not different waves, they are me only in different forms. And moreover, I am supported by an infinite water source. I am not little wave, I am infinite water. All its misery came to an end. So what put an end to the misery of this ignorant wave? Knowledge. Knowledge about what? Knowledge about itself, self-knowledge. In the same way, you are already everything, whatever you are desiring is already in you. You are already immortal. You are infinite bliss. Sat, Chit, Anand you are. Existence is your nature. Immortality is your nature. Infinite nature. Power is your nature. Whatever you are desiring, it is already in you. Only thing is you have to know. That is spirituality. Right.
Swamiji, one question. See, you said surrender, and of course, but still, we all in our mind think we have to do something, we have to act. Just surrendering will not help. How do we build that strength or confidence in this that, letting it go will work for us?
See, whenever you have so many, stickers like this,
They're supposed to have wireless We are here.
Yes, go ahead.
okay, let us keep the mic.
Get our ears adjusted.
So those who can't hear can come, okay? Near, there are a lot of space. Yes, so what is the question? How to surrender? Why to surrender? Or rather, does surrender mean not doing
confidence,
anything?
not worrying.
Surrender does not mean not doing anything. This wrong notion is there in people's mind. You don't have to do anything, everything God will do. No. Whatever you are supposed to do, you have to do. If you are given the ability and talent, you must do it. You must not sit quiet. So whatever is in your hands, you must do. Whatever is not in your hands, that is where you say, Bhagavan, you take care. So whatever you are blessed with, you have to apply that. That is called a surrender.
Yeah, then the next step is how do I feel confident, I can let it go. Surrendering without any inhibition.
Surrendering without inhibition.
Yeah. Probably it's attaining that peace of mind, like everything will be fine kind of thing.
See, for that you must have tremendous faith in God. In the past, God has taken care of me, so now in the future also God will take care of me. That's why he said, test God. Again and again when you see that God is passing the test, whenever you have asked something, he is giving you. He is always taking care of you. More and more you have the subjective experience, the more and more that faith becomes strong. And the more and more, the surrender becomes easy. See, unless I know God, I can't surrender to God. And how do I know God? By my own direct experience. And when does that experience come? When I take my problems to man, I see that He is efficiently solving it. When I see that, then that trust becomes strong. Only then that surrender becomes perfect. So the necessary condition for true surrender is yes.
Swamiji, sometimes if you want to test God and what if it doesn't happen, whatever you're asking for doesn't happen and you get angry on God. Is it okay to get angry on God?
It is not okay, it shows your immaturity.
Yeah, the anger will be only for a day or two.
Because God, just imagine that. He knows everything about you. How many births you have taken, what all you were there in birth, what all terrible things you have done in your past. Everything He knows. You don't know anything. Even the last week breakfast also you don't remember. That is our memory. So there is a Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, Bhagavan who is taking care of you. To become angry with Him, fine, for an immature mind is okay. But Bhagavan will never feel bad even if you are angry. He will say, at least my child has turned towards me. That is it. So the Bhagavan will be happy on you. At least you are accepting His presence. So therefore you have
So
all
what
right to
if
get angry.
sometimes you ask for something and it doesn't happen? That means some other thing will happen?
What are the 4 ways?
Yes. No. Wait. Take the better one. Wait. Take the better one. Take the better one.
It is His job to prove why He said no. A time will come when you say, God, you have not given what I have. Or He would have given something better. Always, it is His job to try, He will prove it also. You have to have patience. Patience you have to wait. Keep on praying and wait patiently. Yes, sir.
If nobody is there, I have one question.
Even if there's somebody you can ask, okay?
Can I ask?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know if I have to ask this question or not. So, but I'm asking. So, now when you said like how we do, our kids will we will be the role model for our kids. So now I had my arranged marriage. Okay, so my kid has not come to that stage, but nowadays we see the kids are doing caste marriages, so many different marriages. And is it okay we should encourage them, or is it okay we should stop them? What is the reason it's happening, and is it it's the parents' fault, or we are not able to show them the path, or is it just encouraging, okay, we have to be Hindus, we have to follow this rule? So how she said they are Gen Zs, okay? So we cannot enforce our thoughts on them, because they feel okay, no, you are old generation. So what we said to our parents, okay, you are old generation, but we listen to them. But nowadays kids are not listening. So
It's coming back.
Yeah. But so is it okay to go with that intercaste marriage, and what will happen if it continues? And is it the Hinduism? It's going narrowing down, or how is it?
See, Hindus are the only people who said Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What does it mean?
They have a big
Whole world is my family. We don't say only Hindus are my family.
Yes.
No, whole world. So therefore, we have absolutely no problem with marrying with anyone. But if your marriage is based on character, goodness of a person, that marriage will last. If the marriage is based on sheer skinny beauty, external beauty, that may not last. So this fundamentally you have to understand. Why am I loving whom am I loving? Is it because physically he or she is beautiful, handsome? Or is it because that person has some character, goodness, virtues? So if that marriage is based on virtues, it will last.
So it's like-minded.
Like-minded means what are you seeing because of which you are loving?
Yes.
Ask this question.
Okay.
If that person is loving because of the goodness, the nobility, the straightforwardness, the honesty, I have seen so many people in Yuvakendra itself, they get, they have this love marriage, etc. All those families are doing very well. Why? Because they were seeing the virtue in that person.
Yes.
That marriage is based on virtue. if the marriage is based on virtues, there will be peace and harmony at home. If it is based on only the external things, today it is there, tomorrow it is not. Then it will be a problem.
So that doesn't mean like the Hinduism is not narrowing down, right?
Hindu, that's why it's called Sanatana Dharma.
So thank you.
You don't know who a Hindu is. Hindu is not limited to some.
Correct.
So they would just imagine those rishis thousands of years back. They said Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What must be their vision? So our focus is upon that self, that consciousness. Consciousness is same in everyone. We are all one. Physically we may be different. Caste, creed, nationality, religion, gender, they may all be different, but essentially we are all one. Just take that wave example.
Yes. We all are human beings.
Big wave, beautiful wave, this wave, that wave, but everything is basically a water.
Yes.
So that vision when you have, all these problems are no problem.
Thank you.
One last question.
Yeah. Swami, you said that if there is no desire, there is no next life, right? But what about Sanchita Karma? If you have Sanchita Karma, based on the karma also we have life.
See, as long as you are living as an ego, you will have desire. The moment you know yourself, that you are infinite water, that example, that you are infinite consciousness, you need not desire because whatever you desire is already there in you. See, the main two things we desire is, one is security, the other is happiness. Peace, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, whatever you may do. One is security.
Hari Om. Okay. What do we desire actually? I want to be existing forever and ever and ever. This is one desire. I don't want to die. I don't want to become non-existent. Why are we desiring this? We are desiring because it is our nature. Correct? Sat is our nature. Existence is our nature. We don't know. We think we are body. Body has to die. But as consciousness, there is no death. So when I come to know myself as I am, as infinite existence, as blissful existence, Ananda Swarupa, what happens is all the desires go away. Because you don't have to desire it because it's already there in you. Fire need not desire heat. Understood? Sugar need not desire sweetness. In the same way, you need not desire existence and bliss.
But the desire and the karma are different.
Listen, now what happens when you have no desires? This is called being no desires. I don't have any desire means what? It's already I am experiencing it. And I know that it will never go away from me. After that the mind becomes desireless. After that the mind becomes absolutely quiet. Such a desireless mind will not have a desire to come back to the world and get happiness from the world. For that you have to come to Vedanta class. Without coming to the, these are all the fundamentals. You must study. All this, Badri, Yamunotri, we have study classes there. So when your fundamentals are strong, then all these doubts just vanish. A person who has no desire will not come back to this world because we are coming back to this world only because we have desires.
So what happens to the Sanchita Karma?
Everything gone because ego is gone. Sanchita Karma is meant for the ego. Whatever the ego is, Sanchita is there, Agami is there, Prarabdha is there. What happens with self-knowledge is you come to know that you are not the wave, you are water. Sanchita is for the wave. For the water, there is no Sanchita Karma. The moment you know yourself that you are not the ego, you are pure consciousness which is infinite, which is everywhere, Sanchita is gone. It is exactly like Puja Gurudev used to give a beautiful example. Suppose there is a criminal. Police is chasing him. And this criminal has done so many crimes. So 100 cases are pending. And in a shootout he is killed. What happens to these 100 cases? You will still preserve it. It's gone because the person to whom it belongs to is gone. Isn't it? Knowledge kills the ego in you. And once the ego is gone, everything related to the ego is also gone. This is what happens. That is why self-knowledge is the greatest. Nahijnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. There is no greater purifier than self-knowledge. Answered?
Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta. You can say that, sir. No, I want you to say that. I want to hear from you, actually. Let me say it from my side too. Okay, actually, I don't know. I'm divided. Okay, I want to say it, but I also want to hear from your.
No, you
great
say.
points.
If I remember, I will keep helping you.
Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsara Achirat Bhava Muktaha Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha Samsara Achirat Bhava Muktaha. Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastandevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastandevam. The meaning of this particular thing, that the way I understood is, a good guru like Swamiji, you leave everything to Guru's lotus feet, and then you'll find that Guru is leading you to find inner God in you, inner peace in you, and that is how Guru is going to lead to moksha. That is exactly Swamiji is teaching us. He is saying that be peaceful, find inner peace, and that is the way to moksha. Then the last question that you asked, so fittingly, the last stanza of Bhajagovindam means so well. Exactly, a great guru like you, sir, will lead all of us to moksha. So all we have to do is that trust you and then leave our trust in your lotus feet. That's all.
Thank you, everyone. That was very, very nice ending to the Q&A session. So thank you, Swamiji, for your presence and great guidance. So I want to request Manjunath Kunikal, our CVA president, to say a vote of thanks. Only for Swami.
What an blissful evening we had. I'm sure you all enjoyed or understood, solved all your problems in life with this couple of hours we spent. I want one round of applause for Swamiji. Swamiji, thank you so much. I know, we come here, we get this thing into us, go into the world, then again we get into that loop of re-get-over in our lives. So, we need guidance continuously from you, and as you already suggested, this is all, all of us have been starting at different points in our life. So, I have been a student of Chinmaya Mission also, a bad student. I go some year and then I stop all that. But I know exactly what Swamiji meant. We need continuous energy or sadhana, spiritual food for us. So hope it has initiated all of you into this spiritual knowledge, and you will continue in some different ways. Thank you, Swamiji, for giving us this great evening of spiritual.
And I also want to request the EC team, spiritual team, Tamisha, Lakshman Chalagaru, Sumana, Apurva Paladi, Meher Katakam, please come to the stage and felicitate Swamiji.